From them on Tuesday in Boston. Even without Joel Embiid. Opening tap. And Edgecombe had 59 points on Tuesday in Boston. Derek White hits the deck. He's still on the ground. Sixers can't take advantage.
Crushing screen by Bona. Got Maxey a wide open three. Couldn't cash it in.
White is still not his normal self. Knocking out the cobwebs. And now finally back into the play. Brown. That was on its way down when it was touched.
Put him back in.
It's the best screen ever set by someone wearing the number 30.
My goodness.
And now number 30 is called for a bad screen. They won 111-97. They shot a blistering ball from both 2 and 3. On the other end of the spectrum, Celtics were cold, exceedingly cold. Here's White. And we're going to have a foul called on Philadelphia. Boston, there is a level of concern about Derek White. Maybe that'll calm him down a bit.
This end of the floor for the Celtics, when you're talking about trying to slow down the guy with the basketball right now.
Edgecombe. Hangs in the air long enough to hit it on top of Cada.
Look at the bounce, the athleticism, and the strength to keep his body control after the bump.
And a bad screen this time set by Boston. It's on Cada.
Keep the fans involved.
'20-year-old Edgecombe lost it, got it back, doesn't fall. Celtics, the 2 seed. Only the Detroit Pistons are the better regular season record in the East. White, the misfire. Maxey hasn't pulling up there yet. Oubre. 3-ball for Kelly Oubre.
Maxey attacks Hauser, and it draws the help. It gives Oubre a clean look right in front of his bench.
Here's White, catch and shoot. Maxey working against a tough customer in Tatum. Gets help from Bona. Off-balance floater. And a push-off going. Three-point shooting, such a important statistic so far in this series.
Yeah, and normally role players shoot it better in their gym.
Right place, right time. Bona cleans it up.
Oubre drawing a couple of the defenders, and there's Bona right there to say, I'll help you out, throw that one down.
7-0 run for the home team, answered by a flush by Cada.
Back and forth early in this one.
Look at the score, 7-6 if you look at it a certain way. Maybe it's a sign. Boston on the run out, and Cada just barely crossed over the timeline. Tatum. Hauser, a rare rebound, and it's blocked away by Edgecombe.
The awareness by Edgecombe to block that away, knowing Hauser's going to try to tip that in.
Hauser wants that back. Maxey, whole bunch of dribbling. Had it knocked away. Still a ton of time on that shot clock. Bona. And a foul. Puts Bona to the line. And it 2 for 2.
Now with Cada having 2 personal fouls.
Wow, Vucevic just checked into the game, fires it up there. Maxey. Paul George has not shot the ball so far for Philadelphia. 4.5 minutes into our game. Maxey, shot clock's at 1. Edgecombe. Tatum trying to post up the youngster, and what happens? It will stay with Boston. Goes deep into the bench. They bring in Jordan Walsh, also into the game for the first time as last year's 6th man of the year, Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard has started a whole bunch this season, but coming off the bench in this series. Brown. Vucevic. Pritchard, his first touch. Pritchard working on Bona. Dump down to Pritchard's first shot, bottom of the well.
Inside out basketball. Those two guys have good symmetry between them right there. Throw it into Vooch. Defense relaxes. Pritchard gets an open three.
Bona blocked away. Edgecombe has it for Philadelphia. Tough chance. Left it short. Batted around, cleared by Pritchard. Almost halfway through our first quarter. Both teams still in double digits. Blocked again from behind. This time it was Maxey. Maxey wants to run. Got it! First three-pointer for Maxey.
So when he's at his best, first two games in this series, that was a big one right there.
Tatum can't answer. Pritchard, smallest man on the floor, comes up with the ball. And Brown cashes in with 5 through the first 6.5 minutes. Paul George has yet to shoot the ball. Doesn't have a rebound, doesn't have an assist. Now he's got an assist. Bona
living above the rim in this quarter.
Some bonus points for Bona. He's got 2 dunks. Oubre got a hand on it. Tatum. Paul George can still play some defense.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Look at that! It started with Drake. Drummond replaces him as the man in the middle and immediately gets a rebound. 4 starters in Drummond on the floor right now for Philadelphia. If you're just joining us, no Joel Embiid hasn't played so far in this series. Maxey, super fast.
Really good screen right there to get Maxey to turn the corner. Maxey's averaged 25 points in this series. 13 of them have been out of a pick and roll scenario, so they're going to continue to milk that play.
Vucevic. First triple for Maxey. Drummond got hit. He is down on one knee. Sixers have 2 guys down right now. This is going to be a 5-on-3 for Boston. Now Maxey and Drummond able to make it back defensively. Brown got caught pushing off Kelly Oubre. Yep. Crushing screen set by Drummond.
All season long. Why? Because of their ability to shoot the 3, and they play good defense. It travels wherever they go.
Celtics down a point and a whistle away from the ball. Pritchard hands it off to Tatum. Now Tatum has Drummond in front of him. Wow, Tatum put it right on top of Drummond for 3.
He's got really good range and fades away up top to get that 3 over top of any big guy.
Flying through the air, it's Oubre! And Philadelphia ties this game at 8. No doubt about it, former MVP. Thank you, Christina. I think everyone just wants good basketball, everyone to be healthy.
No doubt.
See Embiid back out here.
You get Embiid back in. That
Tatum, Vucevic, Walsh, Pritchard, and Brown playing together for the C's. Shot clock's already down to 6. Brown settles for a 16-footer. And
is on his back.
He'll make a 2-point field goal for you. Quentin Grimes, his first shot of the game. Vucevic contested rebound. Just amazing how Tatum is moving so well. This is a guy who missed the first 4 months of the season. Coming off an Achilles tear. Wouldn't know it. Grimes a rebound, gets it out to Maxey. Full-on sprint for Maxey. Look at him go! Faster than a small-town rumor.
That's what he does. Head down, attacks.
Along with Luka Garza. Garza wears number 52, second best Luka in the NBA. Jason Tatum, Derek White rounding out the 5.
A long second.
Here's Garza, the man we're talking about. VJ Edgecombe, so bouncy. Just tips it to himself. It's going to be Edgecombe, Drummond, George, Edwards, and Grimes.
Look for this guy right here to get more aggressive for this unit on the floor for the Sixers.
Playoff P.
Yeah.
Paul!
Lineup. He's going to look to get shots on goal.
Nick Nurse was raving about Paul George and what he has meant to this club down the stretch. Talked to him before the game. Peyton Pritchard from the free throw line, left it short. Luka, a rebound. And Tatum, the best bodies for a wing defender, and he's got instincts that are probably even better than the body. Shireman, Deli never let that ball ever come out of Hastings, Nebraska.
Yeah, he is.
5-point lead for the visitors. And that'll be a kickball on Tatum. Played at South Dakota State and Creighton. Baylor Shireman, probably best known as a high school quarterback. Left-handed throwing quarterback out of Nebraska. Numbers game for Boston. This is a 4-on-3. White, the man who's open. Had to hesitate, Dale. Didn't really want to fire that
Really
up there.
did, yeah. I think his confidence is waning a little bit. Talking to him not shooting that three ball very well.
Two minutes into our second quarter. Boston lost at home on Tuesday. They do not want to stub their toe in back-to-back games and all of a sudden be in a real pickle. Shot clock's down to 4. Tatum. Shireman. Big-time offensive rebound. And it results in 3 for 1.
Where got a big-time rebound right there and found White for an open triple.
Went for the steal, and he bumps in. A couple of days ago, he was 2 for 10 from behind the arc. Edgecombe on top of Garza.
Just put him in that middle screen roll like they do Maxey. Let him go to work. Bounces into a really nice float game.
Tatum says no to the screen. Now he'll take the screen from Garza. And Drummond keeps hitting the deck. It's like he's on skates. And it costs them 3.
Garza.
Grimes. And a foul. Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app.
They have the mentality, we're going to continue to take open shots. We're going to get open shots against the Sixers. Let's knock them down and trust what got us here.
And Joe Mazzulla was not sweating it. He called it variance. It's just going to happen. Shooting variance. Sometimes you're going to make them, other times you don't. Shireman finds a spot. Matches.
Didn't like his odds. One dribble to his right and pull the trigger on the left hand.
Last 4 field goals for the visitors have all been 3s. Playoff P. Oh, yeah. Paul George along the baseline.
Spins away from all the trouble and the gravity fadeaway on the baseline. He's been
2010 draft class, but Paul George has still got a deep bag.
Yeah, he should be fresh, Mr. Liles.
He tells me, I'm not buying it. He's a young guy. He's always playing to the cameras.
Awesome stuff. Thank you, Chris. Gets into the paint and drops it home.
Yeah, I'm with Kelly. I'm not buying it either. All these guys know where the camera is at all times.
Both sides have made a change to the center spot. Bona comes in for Philadelphia. Queta comes in for Boston. White, Queta, Pritchard, Shireman, Brown. 5 on the floor for Boston. 7 minutes to play, first half. And a foul is going to be called. Pritchard. He saw Paul George in front of him, said, Now George picks up the loose ball. 1 man to beat. Blocked! Oh, look at Brown from behind. Saves the day. White. Last touch by Maxey back on the floor for the 76ers. Shot clock's down to 5. Pritchard slips inside. It will be Philadelphia ball.
Gotta play screen.
Here's George. Had a nice second quarter, both ends of the floor. And he keeps on keeping on. It's PG-13. For years he's worn 13. Can't do that here in Philadelphia. Number retired, Wilt Chamberlain. That's not coming down from the Raptors anytime soon. George is hit in the midsection, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Brown. Off is minutes away at 8:08 Eastern time. Simultaneous games. One in the Eastern Conference, one in the Western Conference. Maxey. He had options. He could have left it for Bona. Pritchard relocates. Queta fought for it, picked up by Shireman, and a loose ball. Boston the lead in the ball, up by 5. Closing in on the 5-minute mark of our second quarter. Shot clock's down to 4. Shireman. Bona, the rebound hits the deck. Trying to keep it away from Tatum. And Tatum has it. Fresh shot clock for Boston. Tatum missed a layup. But nothing bad ever really happens to Tatum. Ball stays with the Celtics. Brown. What? That almost fell. And a foul in the backcourt as Edge team that wants to space the floor and fire up threes and score a bunch of points. They're going to have to roll up their sleeves if they're going to win this game on the road.
They are. They're going to have to dig in defensively and not allow open threes like that.
Pritchard saves it to Tatum. Vucevic didn't even look at the rim. Brown all the way to the cup.
He's one of the best in the league to fight through any kind of physicality when he has a live dribble.
George likes this matchup. Maybe he shouldn't. Missed everything. Ball stays with Philadelphia. Edgecombe and a foul. No, just scored the goal. He was flexing like he got fouled. And do we have it? That was back in the first quarter. Shireman quickly back on his feet. Bona is pushed from behind and lands off. And Lakers Rockets side by side. That is cool. It's perfect. 3 for 3. That is the first miss at the free throw line for Philadelphia as a club. They had made their first 9. White, Brown, Vucevic, Tatum, and Hauser playing together. 3:20 remaining, second quarter. Tatum gets to a spot and finishes.
When Tatum says, "Come with me, I'm going to give you a mid-range."
Maxey, Bona, Oubre, George, and Edgecombe. And another bad screen. No Joel Embiid, so those two are sharing the center spot. And a quick give back. It's a foul called on Vucevic.
Contact that gets the whistle.
Sixers down 6. Maxey splits a double team. Touched from behind for big time company. Drummond gets it to Maxey. And another block. White took it from him. And it's finished by Drummond.
A ball fake. He waits for the traffic to clear and he flushes it with 2.
Drummond's first playoff dunk. He's been one of the best dunkers in the NBA for the last 14 years. Vucevic, back of the rim. Maxey, surrounded by Celtics. George. Hauser knocks it away. It is a 7-point game. Boston starts with the basketball. Boston going the same way they began the game, with one exception. They've got a new center in the game. Nikola Vucevic has replaced Neemias Queta as the man in the middle. So far, so good for the Celtics, as that's a Sam Hauser 3.
We just talked about how Boston drive and kick move that basketball. There's Vucevic out to Hauser, who knocks down his second 3 of the night.
Paul George, very slow in that first quarter, but he's picked it up ever since.
Yeah, you've got to keep him involved on the offensive end. He's going to do what he does on the defensive end, but got to make sure he touches that basketball offensively.
Dell, what do you read into the fact that Vucevic is on the floor instead of Queta? 3-ball for Tatum.
It just stretches the floor for the Boston Celtics. Having a 3-point threat at your center position forces Philadelphia to really come out, extend their defense, and then you can drive to the hole, where there's been so much congestion in the paint when you drive to the hole.
Minute into our second half, and we already have 3 made 3-pointers combined. George misses it with 3 fouls. For Philadelphia, they have 1 man with 3 fouls. He's on the floor. It's Bona. George hangs in the air and spins it tightly off the window.
The spin he had on that basketball allowed it to hit the rim, sit there, and then fall through.
Studied English at Fresno State, did Paul George. Brown from the free throw line. One and done, rebounded Edgecombe. Edgecombe had 30 points a couple of days ago. He's going to have to get going if he's going to get there tonight. He's got 8 points.
Once again, he leads his team in rebounding.
Wow! George had White all on top of him and still splashes it.
6 of 10 now for Paul George after a slow start, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc.
Playoff P. Vucevic. Wide left, another rebound, Edgecombe. Oubre.
This place was going to explode had that one gone down.
Dale, looking at some numbers, interesting to see that Tatum does not have a rebound. Invincible is back with that first free throw. Now has the team lead in points. He's got 13. Next closest to him, Jason Tatum, has got 11.
Boston has only gone to the free throw line 4 times all night. It's been a physical contest.
George has been the story. He's got his uniform number and points already here in the third quarter. He has got Bona. Missed it from a foot away.
Got to lay that in. You got to come away with points on that out of bounds play.
Tatum wants it. Brown doesn't find him. Vucevic. White is in lockstep with Edgecombe right now. Another chance for VJ. Settles. Misses wide right.
Should have took the first one. He was 4 of 6 the other night on catch and shoot threes.
Great find by Tatum. Hauser can't convert. Blocked away. George feeling it.
Wow, Edgecombe hesitant to pull the trigger now.
Yeah, the hot hand is George. Not hesitating that time. Edgecombe back of the rim. Tatum. With the left hand, never used the right one bit.
Oh, wow. He knew Bona was going to come over late. Off the window. These guys in his bag on that play.
Maxi's been quiet here to begin our second half.
He has. Nick Nurse talked about how he's got to continue to do that. Get aggressive, get downhill. Don't worry about setting up the other.
11 points for Tyrese Maxey, averaged 28 during the regular year. Vucevic had it knocked away by Oubre.
Hey, Oubre thought he got away with the foul right there. Did not realize that ball was still in play. Oh, my.
Maxey! Looking like Allen Iverson. Asking you shall receive with Maxey. He'd been quiet, but no longer. He's got the last 5 for the locals. It's been George and Maxey in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. And now Bona! By Bona. Neemias Queta back into the game. Started the game, didn't start the third quarter, but he's on the floor right now for Boston. Queta, pass didn't quite make it through. It'll be Philadelphia ball.
See the difference down 3, so you change your coverage there and you get a turnover.
And miscommunication. Maxey. Big time shot. Get tired anytime soon.
No.
Led the league in minutes this year. 3 ball. Edwards runs it down. Sixers can take the lead. Maxey. Oh!
AI on his feet.
12-0 run for the locals. Peyton Pritchard into the game. Little over halfway through our third quarter. Queta is fouled. That saved Sacramento a number of years ago. He's found a home in Boston. Take 11 would be on Saturday. Remember, Boston has home. Sixers playing with Maxey, Edwards, Drummond, Oubre, and Edgecombe. Maxey, step back. Left it short because he stepped back. And a whistle stops. So, Boston feeling a little bit of desperation after losing at home on Tuesday.
They're going to have to win a game here in Philadelphia to win this series.
Tatum, a long one. Last touch.
More importantly, the officials didn't see it.
5 minutes to play, third quarter. And a steal. Look at Maxey fly. He was hoping for a foul that never came.
Great transition D by Walsh to ward off that layup.
Tatum had his pocket picked by Edwards. Ball stays with the Celtics, but a kickball.
Enough lift on that ball to get it over the rim.
Game is slowed down a bit. Lefty free for Edwards. It was touched by Brown. Good closeout. Now Brown working on Edwards. Wow. Good stick-to-itiveness by Brown.
Whenever they think Brown has a mismatch, they're going to give him the ball, get out of the way, give him space. A couple of ball fakes there. Edwards bites just enough, and Brown, gravity fadeaway, gets it to go.
Ooh, Maxey, hesitation dribble. Doesn't get him open. Shot clock's down to 5. They're going to let the 20-year-old go one-on-one. Oubre stays with Philadelphia. What's this? Oh, my goodness! Andre Drummond. Boston down by a point. And Brown hurt him. Scoring. Wow. You played with him.
He never missed a practice.
Wow. Oubre misses from 6 feet. Boston the lead in the ball. And Keita hits the deck and he's angry. Tina, winner of this game goes up 2-1 in the first 3 games in this 7-game series.
31 minutes for Maxey so far in this game.
Bona, an offensive rebound, nowhere to go. Now Paul George lost it. Shireman into the game, picks up the loose ball. Jason Tatum back on the floor. Brown sits. Pritchard working on Bona. Nothing there. Here's Shireman. Probably earned this shot. He was the one who picked up the loose ball. Can't hit the 3. It's going to be Maxey, Grimes, Edgecombe, Bona, and George. 5 on the floor for the home team. Maxey, got it. That's a long 2 for Tyrese Maxey.
The patience by Maxey while keeping his dribble alive until you call Vucevic up and you get an open look.
Maxey had 12 in the third quarter, has the first 2 here in the fourth quarter for Philadelphia. Jason Tatum sets up Vucevic. Big 3-ball for the veteran center.
Gets it right back. They're going to continue to get Vucevic in screen roll on this end of the floor. He's got to do his part to knock down open 3s. That's 3 in the game so far.
George scoops it over to Bona, who is fouled from behind.
He's sitting on the scores table right now the entire time while Bona shoots these 3s.
One of the most important people in the history of the NBA. Boston playing without Brown just for a spell. He'll play the lion's share this fourth quarter. Pass to no one in particular, stolen away by Edgecombe. Edgecombe soaring through the air.
Top of the telecast, we said Boston, one thing they can't do is turn the basketball over. That was their 15th turnover, and the 76ers have scored 18 points off them.
Shot clock's already down to 6. Tatum. Pritchard took his time. Grimes was ahead of the pack, and Edgecombe tried to get it to him, and he ends up traveling. That's a big story. No threes for Edgecombe. Tatum. Wow! Grown man move.
Yeah, warded off the shot blocker without committing the offensive foul, and softly off the window. Oh,
that's what Maxey does.
He makes that shot look so easy.
Vucevic sets the screen, gets it back on the roll. Left-handed pass, too soft, stolen away.
That ball's got to go out to his left. Shireman was all alone behind the line.
Sixers down a pair.
Not anymore.
And now down a point. Jaylen Brown back into the game for the C's. This is Tatum, knocked away by Maxey. And a foul on Bona. With 5 remaining on the shot clock, and Drummond replaces him. Tatum left-handed pass to Brown. Sixers the basketball in a 1-point lead. Maxey can go wherever he wants right now. Misses that 16-footer. And a foul's going to go again. Point second half. Step back three. Drummond a rebound. May not get to 100 points for either side.
Yeah, the losing team in first 2 games did not score 100 points.
Touched but late. That'll be a goaltend.
Right now, scoring has become such a premium. Teams are going to take whatever they can get, whether it's a 2 or a 3.
Look at those hands by Brown. He's got White. Score the goal. That was. And what do we got? That's a crab dribble that went too far.
Yeah.
Together they call it tan. And it works. It's a beautiful thing. Brown. Oh my goodness. Wow. Surrounded by a phalanx of Sixers, and he still hit it.
Stopped on a dime, went back across the green, and got it to go off the window. Tough shot.
Halfway through our 4th quarter, and all of a sudden Philadelphia reeling. George talked about it. He's been quiet. Tough chance. Shot clock was winding down, and a run out. And a foul. Brown will go to the line. The NBA on Prime is. So even with it 3 minutes.
Celtics, they've been there and done it. They're not going to panic. They're going to stay tied together, locked in as one well-coached team, and tough-minded.
Drummond got fouled with the free throw line. It's gotten for Drummond, which is actually way better than it used to be. We were talking mid-40s when he was the Detroit Pistons.
This is where the 76ers miss Joel Embiid. Close games, you got to be able to knock down your free throws.
Tatum, 1 and done, rebounded by Maxey. Maxey leads both sides with 29 points. That's the number he finished with on Tuesday in the win in Boston. Fires it over to Drummond. Another one!
Makes a triple in front of the opponent's bench.
What type of guts does Maxey have to even give it to him?
Yeah.
White has not had a great offensive.
And gets it to go.
Found money for Philadelphia. Maxey! Oubre runs down the long shot. Oubre with the left hand.
He's not giving it up.
Offense has been sensational in the clutch. That's usually been their key to success. Vucevic in and out. Stays with Boston. Final 4 minutes. Brown Bona. Oh my goodness, what a by as many as 10. Sixers have led by as many as 4. It has been tight throughout. Maxey. Blocked! White. Oh, he got it to
on both ends of the floor in his fourth quarter.
White does have 3 blocks in the game, but that one results in 2 for Maxey. Brown. All the way to the rim. Score the goal. Drummond touched it after it hit the window.
I think Jaylen Brown's going to pull up for 3, but did not.
Oubre, Drummond, Edgecombe. 5 on the floor for Philadelphia. Brown making life miserable for George. Drummond with 2 hands.
Vucevic overcommitted that time.
It's Tatum's turn. And he's bumped. Drummond got it. Tatum. If he makes one more. 2,999. And more importantly, a 1-possession game.
Trying to get Vucevic in screen roll again.
George finds Drummond! Back-to-back hammers! Andre Drummond!
The rim.
Neither side is in the bonus.
Oh, he's got to shoot it.
Didn't want it. Tatum. Big shot. Big shot for Tatum. Wow.
Rhythm dribble and splashes. His 4th triple. Biggest one of the night.
Celtics win the race to 100. George off balance. Hit it off the window.
Are you?
Vucevic doesn't even look at the rim. Shot clock's at 7. The rookie Edgecombe on Tatum. Pritchard! Oh! He's a killer!
Big for Pritchard.
How does Philadelphia respond? Oubre missed from a foot, but he was fouled. Like a gentleman. Tatum has Bona on him. Advantage Tatum.
Yeah. Paul George didn't want to switch initially.
Vucevic rebounded by White, and it stays with Boston.
Same mismatch.
What? Oh, my goodness! Jason Tatum, how do you do?
He gave it up the first possession with a mismatch. White keeps it alive, circles right back to Jason.
So that was the first in the final 2 minutes. Next foul will put the Sixers to the line. Quickly up to the rim. Missed by Maxey, rebounded Drummond. Shireman recently checked into the game, gets himself a rebound, and Tatum's going to dribble off a whole bunch of time. It is now 9 seconds remaining in the game. All the way in the backcourt, and White will dribble off a bunch of time. And Bona has just fouled out. Two beauties for Derek White for Boston. And the Sixers will go quietly into the night. Congratulations.